Good morning, everybody. Good Friday to all those at All Saints and the parish of All Saints, all those from the Welcome Group, all those from Hole in the Soul, and all groups that are connected to us and beyond. So the reading today is from Mark, and it's Good Friday reading. Jesus is crucified. On the way they met a man named Simon who was coming into the city from the country, and the soldiers forced him to carry Jesus' cross. They took Jesus to a place called Golgotha, which means the place of skulls, where they tried to give him wine mixed with a drug called myrrh, but Jesus would not drink it. Then they crucified him and divided his clothes amongst themselves, throwing dice to see who would get which piece of clothing. It was 9 o'clock in the morning when they crucified him. The notice on the accusation against him said, "The King of the Jews." They also crucified 2 bandits with Jesus, one on his right and the other on his left. People passed by, shook their heads and hurled insults at Jesus. "Aha, you're going to tear down the temple and build it up again in 3 days? Now you come down from that cross and save yourself." In the same way, the chief priests and the teachers of the law jeered at Jesus, saying to each other, "He saves others, but he cannot save himself. Let us see the Messiah, the King of Israel, come down from the cross now, and we will believe in him." And the 2 who were crucified with Jesus insulted him also. At noon the whole country was covered with darkness, which lasted for 3 hours. At 3 o'clock Jesus cried out with a loud voice, my God, why did you abandon me?" Some of the people there heard him and said, "Listen, he's calling for Elijah." One of them ran up with a sponge soaked in a cheap wine and put it on the end of a stick. Then he held it up to Jesus' lips and said, "Wait, let us see if Elijah is coming to bring him down from the cross." With a loud cry, Jesus died. The curtain hanging in the temple was torn in 2 from top to bottom. The army officer who was standing there in the front of the cross saw how Jesus had died. "This man was really the Son of God," he said. Some women were there looking on from a distance. Among them were Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of the youngest James and Joseph, and Salome. They had followed Jesus while he was in Galilee and had helped him. Many other women who had come to Jerusalem with him were there also. So it's a strange name, Good Friday, with Jesus being crucified. And what's good about that? Well, I think one of the things that's really good about it is that we connect and worship with a God who suffered, who was fully human and suffered, was humiliated, spat on and suffered. And life, unfortunately, there is suffering, and there's been particular suffering during this coronavirus situation. So we reflect on suffering in the world today, suffering in the streets of Stevenage, in our own streets, in our own houses, in our own selves. And we look forward to a resurrection. We look forward to the new restrictions being lifted due to the coronavirus, and a resurrection in our minds, in our bodies, and in our spirits. Amen.